Good evening. My name is Marilyn Sanders. How are you doing, ladies and gentlemen? I'm a student here at Hill College. Today I come to you addressing the issue regarding prison reform. Instructor Richard Capp. Today's date, November the 16th, 2015. Prison reform problems here in the United States is a big problem. Texas alone has earned a reputation as a tough on crime state through harsh sentencing, abusive, sometimes deadly prison conditions. They're pretty stiff on what they mean and what they say regarding crime. Criminal justice system was often described as an overcrowded, lawless, bloodthirsty state. Texas was defined as such. It's very uplifting to know that we do have a state that will penalize and give punishment to those that deserve it. Here in my speech today, I can't really do a speech in regards to my whole outline because it's very kind of huge. I recorded a speech a few minutes ago and it was too lengthy. When you're speaking of punishment, a punishment phase to better society from crime, you think it would become a little lengthy. But let's try to get as much as I can in regards to the outline, presenting to you my general purpose. My purpose is a reform for the prisoners for imprisonment consequences regarding punishment for crimes that take place. A lot of old saying, if you can't do the time, then don't do the crime. That's Texas. Okay. The governor, the senator, and the Congress claim they're looking for ways of imprisonment that would help prevent overcrowding. That is the problem. And that's how they are classifying the mass incarceration as being a problem. Because the more buildings that they are building is not enough to house the prisoners here in the United States. And that's outrageous. In the body of my presentation, I have more or less thought of alternatives in regards to how to handle the situation. How can we reform the situation to make it better so we wouldn't be overcrowded, which is endangerment to us as being the staff and them living surroundings. That's unhumane. Am I saying that right? Sam Cooke often would sing a song regarding how a change has got to come, is going to come. Old hit song, meaning a hell of a lot. Excuse my French. Let's look into what I was speaking of earlier in regards to the a way to reform the prison system. Number one, I suggest what is an alternative that we can use. Number one, I thought about the usage of an electronic monitoring bracelet, which they already have an anklet. But let's get something around the arm. That might be means of getting out of it, but once it's put on top and underneath, it's inserted in your arm, hey, something got to give. You either abide or you either be shocked that will hit those nerves and make you think otherwise. Okay, it's a do or die situation because you chose to do the crime. Let us not forget what I'm speaking of, how to reform it, how to set uh, ways to better it. Okay, the next thing is a house arrest, home incarceration, which is without the bars, the wiring. You're gonna have bars on your window, but you won't have the wiring outside the with the poles in it, or a guard standing up over your house, getting ready to aim at you. You decide to run. The thing is, what's gonna happen is, my suggestion would be a implant uh, thing that will go inside your arm or behind the neck. And this is the way owners do their pets. Forgive me for using the word pets, but hey, you become a cage. When you're in that cage, which is a bar, you become a what? House pet. Straightforward. But anyway, as I was speaking, what I meant was this implant will is all a part of technology, even with the ankle bracelet and the bracelet. Everything is implanted. So technology has excelled to an on high that we can do this. And if they want to decide to run, then boom. Hey, you chose that path. I guess dying was the other path that you also chose. Harsh, but means. The next is to reduce the state level of imprisonment. Something has got to give. Those doors on the jailhouse, on the cell blocks, has got to stop revolving. That was my next thing. We cannot continue to house these inmates and they get out of jail and they go right back because they cannot adjust to society's living. That means a place to stay, a job that they have to have. And it may not be the best job, but they have a job. And they have to have a roof. They have to feed themselves. They can't depend on nobody but themselves. And that's what we're doing. And they just can't deal when they get outside in society. Another thing is my opinion about the prison system. Ladies and gentlemen, I repeat, and I cannot stress enough, a change has got to come. Prison reform, some question the fact again, are we overfeeding them? Are we giving them too much clean clothes? Are we allowing them to have access to water to bathe with? We give them 2 meals a day where they used to be 3 meals a day. Are we doing too much? Are we their keeper? Or are we the people that gonna convict them and let them deal with the consequences of their punishment? We cannot be their mother. We cannot be their grandmother. We cannot be their overseer. Something has got to change. Overcrowding in all these prisons is unconstitutional to them, and with us doing it, it's against their constitutional rights. Are we being fair to them? Are we being fair to ourselves? especially with